Namaskar, dear seekers, and good afternoon to all of you. So I think some of you are joining regularly to our collective chanting meditation sessions, and I think some of you may be joining for the first time. So I will share in short and explain how it works. So usually what we do, we play a divine chant in the background. The divine chant is also was recorded by a saint from India. And the divine chant is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. It is Sanskrit. And there is a principle in spirituality that name, form and energy coexist. So when you listen or when you repeat a divine chant or a mantra, you actually imbibe or acquire that divine energy or principle. So like that, when we will do this collective chanting, when you repeat in mind or listen, at that time it helps to increase the positivity within us, as well as also give a protective shield around us. So for those who are more familiar with meditation, you can just close your eyes and do your own meditation. You can also listen to the divine chant in the background. For those who are more familiar with chanting, what we call also Namasmaran or Namjap, either repeating God's name as per your religion, or some are maybe repeating mantras or Guru mantra. So you can do the same. You can close your eyes and repeat the name you are familiar to repeat. But you can also always try to repeat in mind this divine chant. For those who are not familiar with chanting or meditation and very new to it, what you can do, you can just close your eyes and focus on the breath. And then listen in the chant in the background, and you can try also to repeat in mind and see what you experience. So as we are speaking now, we are touring in a caravan. We are now in Germany. We are in a city called Dortmund. So dear seekers, now we will do that collective chanting meditation for around 50 minutes together. And after, I will ask you also how you feel. Did you have any questions or experience, spiritual experience? So what I will ask you before we start, you can also put your mobile in low tone or try to make sure you are in a place where you can focus or to concentrate, because that is important. Because when we are able to sit and achieve concentration, at that time we are able to achieve much more divine consciousness. We'll call it also Chaitanya. And you can sit in a position where that you feel comfortable to. It is not compulsory that you should sit in a meditation position, because for those who have either knee pain, back pain, at that time you just cannot concentrate. So you can either sit comfortable, lay down in the position that will help you to concentrate. So dear seekers, what we can do now, I will ask you to close your eyes. Just contemplate for 10-15 seconds how you feel from inside, whether you are feeling calm, whether you are feeling disturbed, how by mind you feel. And then we will play the divine chant. So you can close your eyes, and then we will after see and share experience after the collective chanting meditation.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय 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 ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय 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 ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Okay, dear seeker, you can open your eyes. So just and see first. You can see for the 10 seconds. See how you are feeling from inside. You can remain with closed eyes also, and just see how you are feeling. Whether mind is feeling calm, or what you experience. And you can share on the chat what your experience or the difference between beginning and the end. And if any question also you can ask. So on YouTube we have few comment. So from Trisha, feel beautiful experience. You can describe also always Trisha in more words, huh? So that everybody also can is more easy to understand. From Arun Kumar, felt calm and peaceful. From Nonas Salimi, I had continuous thought from outside. That also can happen, and Nonas, that sometimes we try to concentrate and we get thoughts from outside. So it is good to continue to persevere in this process of what we say either meditation or chanting, because it takes some time. You can work also on this process. What we recommend to work on overcoming, we can say, the different defects within us, because actually stress, worry, anger, emotion, because actually the thought come from those impressions. So if you work on this process also, then our mind become more calm. It become easier to meditate, or it become easier to chant. From Mrutunya, you feel also calm and peaceful. From Divya Balusubramanya, I started to feel calmer initially, but later got distracted, more thoughts. So Divya will be the same like Nonas. Now initially, see, we can have concentration off and on. At least you are able to experience some level of concentrations, but maybe to be able to remain in concentration like that for 45 minutes to 50 minutes. That's why if we try to do spiritual practice and work on ourselves, then the duration of staying in a more calm state or achieving concentration for a longer time will happen. Initially, some people can't concentrate for even 1 minute, but after when we start doing spiritual practice and we're able to concentrate like that for 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, after it can remain like that few hours also. And similarly, we can also, initially, it is in concentration state, but later on when we make spiritual progress, we are able to achieve meditation or concentration, we can say, in an awakening state. From Aji P, I felt calm and peaceful and less thoughts. From Mihir, from the second half of the session, I started to feel more focused and calm. It can happen also, Mihir, sometimes initially we come now, we have thoughts in our mind. So initially we can't concentrate, but as we continue and doing like that collective chanting, or we chant at home also, or meditate at home, then after more time we start achieving more concentration. So that's why it is important initially not to feel discouraged, because first minutes, half an hour, we may not experience anything. But if we persevere in this process, as you have experienced, Namir, after you feel better. From Domino, she shared in French, I had a nice experience of peace and calmness. From Vishnu, I felt calmness and body become lighter. Felt as if something left the body. That's good things also. We can see Vishnu what it is, but ultimately we feel lighter. This is more important. From Andre, felt light was entering the body, but after 40 minutes more thoughts were coming and it was difficult to stay concentrated. From Runmel, I had much distress all day, and during chanting I got hot. You experience heat and sweating and headache. So actually, Runmel, that's a good experience that you got. Let's see what happens is when we, like that, do collective chanting meditations. At that time, there is more what we say positive energy, and that's what happens. All the negative vibrations that are affecting us, that friction can happen. So we can experience in a form of heat or sweating. That is a good thing. And the headache also maybe sometimes when that positive energy is more, we may experience it. So just remember to continue, because with time, when you are able to persist like this, later on that level of heat or sweating will start on reducing, and maybe this headache also will vanish. So from Vishnu, I think it's a repeated thought that was troubling and stopped immediately, and only chanting was present after 10 minutes, and that brought me into calmness. I will just go to Facebook, and I think there is also questions in YouTube, but I will come back. From Nikhil, I was more aware and at peace. You have a question from Nikhil also. Will there be another session where they walk through how to meditate? This is something we can, Nikhil, we can send you on the chat about this aspect of chanting, because this process of how sometimes learn meditations, we don't teach how to learn meditation, but these simple steps of chanting God's name, that helps actually to achieve meditative state in an easier way, because it can be done anywhere and anytime. There is another from Magalon. Skin get very soft and calmness, where I was cold before, now feeling warmth and calm. This is a big improvement for me. That is good, Maga, to continue like that. So you are able to experience from cold, now you feel warm, the skin becomes softer, you feel calm also. So that is it's a nice experience. From X Dark, so I go back to YouTube, where I think this is the same questions that was asked also in Facebook, whether there is a through how to learn how to do meditate. So I have shared whether Dark and it is the same person. From Sora Bodas, okay, this is a comment. I will just go back to one question that was asked initially from Mrunmel. Can I also profit from the group chanting if I can't play the live stream but just feel connected to you during these hours and chant on my own? So in a way, Mrunmel, if you chant now and you sit and chant with concentrations, you will definitely experience connection with, we can say, God. But if you are listen to the chant also, that will also help. After, why is easier is also when we chant and you also look at the live stream, because we are all in a way, many are joining from all over the world, and it is a stimulus now in front of us, so it helps us also. But if you are able to chant alone, you ultimately see we are doing this chant. Now it is for 1 hour duration, 50 minutes. But like that, we should do it few times a day, because if you are able to do it 2-3 times a day, you will be able to gain much more. So Mrunmel, yes, if you chant like that few times a day, you will be able to get connection with God. There is another question. I will just go, we'll take the last question from Maya Magalon. Should chanting the name of God for Christian, Lord Jesus, includes Christ? See, from Christian or Catholic, we can say either we can repeat El Mary, or we can also repeat El Jesus also. that is as per your religion of birth. If you are attached to your religion, so dear seeker, we will end for today's live stream. I just wanted to share with you next week, that will be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We have our collective chanting meditation as we did today, and then Wednesday we will have live stream sessions about question answers. So we share a topic for 20 to 30 minutes, and then there is your questions. And this topic will be about 5 ways how Halloween impact us. So if you know some of your friends and relatives that may be interested, you can always share the link to them. So I also invite you to read the website. Some of you may be new to read the website, because we have a lot of articles on different topics. And also, if you have any question, you can always write on our live chat. We have seekers in English and other languages that can answer your questions. And we also have what we say a group of satsang, that means a group of seekers joining online, like a small meeting, and it is in Zoom or FCC, most of the time FCC or Skype also, and different time zone where seekers meet, also share their experience, their learnings, or their obstacles. And we have one seeker who is doing spiritual practice for a long time that helps you and guide you in your spiritual practice or obstacles. Because ultimately one of the platform of SSRF is to help seekers in their journey all the way to God realization, irrespective of the path or religion that you follow. So dear seeker, will say a good weekend to all of you. Namaskar, and see you next week. Namaskar.